Hello, my beautiful friends. As promised, this video is about why I don't believe Harry was in South Africa. On August 17th, the first pictures of Harry being in South Africa emerged, and it was posted by this gentleman by the name of Eric Mourier-Jonot. Now, I don't know who this guy is. The only purpose that he is serving here is that he is the first to have documented Harry being in South Africa. The people that were tagged are quite interesting, especially this account. Now, going back to this photo, it was revealed Harry was going to be in Mozambique for 3 days. Now, if it was true that he was staying there for 3 days, that would put him at August 21st, at latest, last day that he could be there, traveling back on the 22nd. He would not have been able to leave later because, as the news reported, Harry was spotted on the 24th, the day before the polo match, flying out to Colorado that morning. He would have had to have left Mozambique on the 22nd in order to make it back in time to catch his plane to go to Colorado. Please keep the date of August 22nd in your head. On August 22nd, pictures started swirling of Harry being photographed with the president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. You know the one I'm talking about. It's where she started to tell her fabricated story about P&G when she was 11 years old. My guess is the reason why her whole entire chest broke out in a red rash was from telling those lies. But I digress. Let me get back to the story. This photo, in my opinion, is not real, and let me show you why. Once again, pay attention to the date, August 22nd. I'm going to show you the timeline of this Twitter account, which is the official Rwandan presidency Twitter account. On August 20th, here is Paul Kagame pictured with the president of the Union of Comoros. On the 21st, he is pictured with the First Lady, Jeanette Kagame. Now here's where it gets interesting. On the 22nd, we know that he was pictured with Paul Kagame, or that's what we've been tricked to believe. Now, on the same day, this Twitter account posts this photo, and they caption it, President Kagame met with Rob Walton, former chairman of Walmart and current owner of Denver Broncos National Football League team. His visit to Rwanda includes touring both Akagera and Nyungwe National Parks as part of his work with African parks. Yes, folks, that's the same African parks that Harry is allegedly the president of. And as you can see in this photo, there are staff members from the African parks. So now this is where the red flags start going up. Now follow me. These were posted back to back. If you notice in the top tweet, that's the one where African parks is tagged, okay? If this happened on the same day, why is Harry not a part of this photo? Don't you think Harry would want to be in a photo because he's the president with the former CEO of Walmart? And on top of it, why is Paul Kagame not wearing the same clothes? And to take this another step further is, don't you think that African parks would have loved to have been tagged on this so they could have put it up on their Twitter account? I mean, come on, Prince Harry is supposed to be the president of this organization, so why didn't the African Parks organization actually recognize that he was in Mozambique helping them, wearing, their logo all over town? In addition to that, if you noticed on August 20th, Kagame is wearing the same clothes that is featured on August 22nd. Now, when I go back and look through all of their photos, Kagame does not repeat a single outfit except for this one day. And for those that are still looking at this and are skeptical, thinking maybe they posted this a day or two later and this was done on the 20th, let me remove that doubt for you by showing you this. I use a tool called photo forensics, where in some cases, if you want to see if a photo has been photoshopped or not, you can upload it here, and it can give some indication by certain traits and recognizing certain traits of photoshopping. But what's also really great about this tool is that they provide metadata on photos as far as when it was created, the type of device that has been used, and also the software. Let me show you an example of what this looks like. So this Twitter user decided to upload 3 photos of Kate. And what I did was I took 2 of those photos to compare them to see the data, because these photos actually were coming from this person's computer. As one can see, the information that was pulled is that the user has a Hewlett-Packard machine as well as running Microsoft software on it. And as we can see, the software for editing suite in the high resolution image is Linotronic. And the abbreviation CMM, for those that don't know, it stands for Color Management Module. And what that means, it's software that is used to enhance the pixelation of the photographs. As we see here, Linotronic is an example. Another example that might be familiar to you is Adobe. Now I'm going to show you why it's important that you understand how to read these. So what I did was I went back to the Twitter account for the presidency of Rwanda and pulled 3 photo images down. What we notice is that the metadata in those photos are consistent across the board, where the profile CMM type is Adobe, which they're using that software to color enhance or edit, what have you. They're also using an Apple computer. Now, when we look and go back to the photo that Harry took or allegedly took with Paul Kagame, as you can see that the profile CMM type is blank, as well as the actual device is unknown, which tells me that this particular photo was A, not originating from the person who posted it, and 2, the image was encrypted when it was sent. So there was no data on it. Was this picture Photoshop? I can say yes, it was. And the most obvious giveaway is seen here. If you look at Paul Kagame, he is 6 feet 2 inches tall. Kagame should be taller than Harry, not the other way around. So we know right here that this photo was manipulated. So who do we know that is notorious for photoshopping poorly photos of herself? Let's take a look at this particular Twitter user. Many believe that this is Princess Maggot herself, and I happen to believe the same. Let's take a look at this post. I analyzed the photo of Harry at the memorial, and here's what I found. Pay attention to the device ID. What we know is that this came from an Apple computer, and the ID is listed as ECFDA3AE3885547C36DB4BD4F7ADA182F. So we're going to shorten this and keep it as ADA182F. That's how we'll reference this device. So Kigali Genocide Memorial Twitter account posted the same photos, and they were the first ones to post it. It would be logical to think that Mira, aka Sussex Princess, took the photo from Kigali Genocide Memorial, because when you run the metadata on these photos, you come up with the same computer ID, ADA182F. And we would assume that Kigali Genocide Memorial is uploading from this particular ID and let it go. But we can't really do that with Meghan Markle because she has been so deceitful, and these photos to me look weird, especially with that middle one. If you take a look at his arm right there, that looks deformed as well as unnatural. But circling back to this photo where the device ID is stated as ADA182F, the question that I'd pose was, did Mira, that Twitter account, pull the photo from this Twitter user whose computer ID is listed as ADA182F? Now, I wish I could say yes and associate this ID to their computer. However, when you go to this particular Twitter account and you take samples of photos from their posts, now what you see is that the person who is posting is using a Hewlett-Packard computer and the software Linotronic. Now, on the same day that the photos were put out there of Harry meeting with Kagame and him being at the memorial, August 22nd, these photos had leaked of Meghan Markle in her natural state on a Zoom call. People thought it was weird. People were not buying it, considering they are so protective over their image, and also to get a picture with Archie and her mother, a lot of people said that it was contrived. And I agree. I also believe that this account is Meghan Markle as well. And the dead giveaway are the people that she's following. And when you analyze this photo, as well as another photo that was posted by Lily Raven, we find that the device ID is tied back to ADA182F. Coincidence? I think not. I believe that Harry's trip to Africa was a complete PR stunt. Because if you remember, the 23rd was the day that she dropped Archetypes. And what did they talk about? Africa. Now, I don't know if this was to soften the blow of the condescending, racially charged remarks that she made, but I'll tell you this, I am getting so tired of seeing all the shenanigans and deceit that these two are pushing out into the media that it needs to be called out. And I would not put it past her to have paid off the folks who were posting this stuff on social media. Because remember, she was the one who visited Rwanda and she was the one who spoke highly of President Kagame and was trying to be a part of the UN. So there's no doubt in my mind that she had contacts that she could call upon to go ahead and do this for her, especially if she was offering to give money to do it. Also, for what it's worth, Prince Harry's name still draws attraction. So if they were posting photos of him associating with the Memorial Center as well as President Kagame, that only lifts up their brand and calls attention to their causes. It's probably the main reason why African Parks did not say anything, because what it did was draw attention to their charity and bringing focus to that cause. In my opinion, the public was manipulated, and this is more lies added onto the additional lies that have been going on. What I can't understand is how is Harry allowing this to happen? But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you see for your own eyes this information? Please leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and click the notification bell because I'm going to be back with another video shortly. Bye.
It was such a fraud.